Chimney Man is here. I'm not going to film Chimney Man, but actually it's Chimney Men. There's two of them. But old chimney, and they're working on a new chimney. I have to admit, I never really considered this stage where they take off the old chimney. So they've gone for the day, but they took down the old chimney and they've started with the new one. And inside we have this. So we've got this, but it's really old and the chances of this functioning properly are quite low. So what we're going to do is make a hole higher up here and then have a pipe come down so I can put a new wood stove in front of this. We could take this out as well, but I'm sort of just going for the most cost effective option. These cast iron stoves are crazy expensive anyways, so... Chimney stage 2. I have a chimney that is looking very cute. I also have some holes and another hole. Oh, and this is 4 bucket loads of honeybees, which I took out of the chimney. I have spent the past 2 winters being cold. When I bought this old house in Sweden, it was clear that the fireplace hadn't been used in many years. But I didn't have the money to get it fixed, so during winter I moved myself into the smallest room in the house, got an electrical heater and just heated that one space. This is my chimney. Last winter I went to a fireplace shop where the prices I got quoted were so out of my range that I thought I might never be able to have a fireplace in this house. But I had a chimney inspector come just in case the fireplace was miraculously good to go, and it wasn't. He told me I had one of the worst chimneys he'd seen in years, but he did give me the number for someone who could fix it. This was Chimney Man. And then while they're doing their thing, I am in this room starting to put that wall together so I can build a desk in front of it. But to be honest, I really wanted to take a day off, but I haven't been able to because Chimney Man has been here. I need a couple of days to do something different. Really want to go to, I think I want to go to Gothenburg to look at a bunch of things. Shoes, paint, fireplaces, bicycles. I have a whole list of random things I want to look at. I have to wait until the chimney is fixed first. Also, Chimney Man told me my house looks like a sauna in the 70s. I guess he's not wrong. Chimney Man came back in March and quoted me something much more affordable to get this house heated in the most cost-effective way. I spent all summer waiting for him to come and I'd started to get a bit worried that they wouldn't, but suddenly they were here and it looks like I might actually be warm this winter. So while Chimney Man started putting in pipes, I continued with the tongue and groove for the walls. I have this issue with the existing skirting and corners, which is pretty impossible to take out, so instead I'll be putting the new wood and trim on top of it, but because it extrudes so much, I have to notch out the back of the planks at the top and the bottom. The week Chimney Man came was the first week in months that felt like summer again. Every year I think I'm going to spend endless days picking berries, but in reality I always feel like I'm too busy. This week I managed to get out and go for a few walks and pick some berries. Last year I spent quite a bit of time in this nature reserve behind my house. During winter it's wet or covered in ice, and during summer it dries up and there are different types of berries I like to pick. But this year it's rained so much that the whole area is covered in water, and I haven't been able to go as far as I usually go. The blueberries are coming to an end, but there are lots of lingonberries, and soon there will be cranberries to pick as well. I had this really good apple and berry pie recipe, but somehow I lost it. I think my goal in the coming months should be to find this recipe so I can spend the winter just making pies and sitting in front of the fire. But I guess I have a bit more work to do before I get to that point, so let's get back to it. Look at this! It's so cute! Got myself a chimney and some debris and a pretty hole. So now I'm going to get a cast iron wood stove to connect to that pipe and put it in front here. They are very expensive. But I'm excited because I'm one step closer to having a fire this winter. The big job that has been done, and I'm very happy I had Chimney Man do it. I like Chimney Man, he was really nice, and they were here for 3 days, 3 half days really. We had a few giggles and he was happy to explain to me everything and answer all of my questions, answer the same question over and over again for like my options for this, and basically was happy to figure out the most ultimately cost-effective way of getting a fire in here. The next step is to go look at some wood stoves and find one that's, you know, good but not crazy expensive, but they're all going to be expensive anyways. Happy days. I can tell you it's definitely a huge relief to have this done now. Just have to do a lot of clearing of things. So while Chimney Man was doing the chimney, I continued with this room. Finish that wall. Before I start working on the desk, I really need to do part of this wall. This is my least favourite part of this job because it looks so simple and it's so time consuming. There's this gap in between the window and the wall, so I just filled it up with leftover rock wool from the guest house. I also staked the window trim, but I realized that I don't have the correct nails to attach them, so instead I just continued with the wool starting from the center of the window so it will be symmetrical. I'm packing. I'm not going far, and I need to pack as lightly as I can because I will be bringing things back with me. I'm not going anywhere exotic. I'm actually just going to Gothenburg for a couple of days, but I will be bringing all of my camping gear. So I'm free to stay as long or as short as I want to. I'll just find a forest at night to set up my tent and sleep in. So I've got tent. I'm not sure which backpack I'm going to bring. Giant colourful quilt. Got my phone and NordVPN. So my gear will keep me safe from inclement weather and NordVPN will keep me safe virtually. So this video is sponsored by NordVPN, and if you're unfamiliar, a VPN is a virtual private network. It simply means that anything you do online is kept private. It masks your actual location and will make the internet think that you're in a completely different location. And this can be very useful if you like to watch certain TV shows which are only available in certain locations. I usually set my VPN to the UK so I can watch Channel 4, but for this trip it will be particularly useful because I will be going to coffee shops and other public places where I'll use any free Wi-Fi that I can get. And while this seems actually quite innocent, it's actually really easy for someone to set up a fake network using a shop's name, for example, and steal your data when you're connected. I often transfer money from my UK account to my travel cards, so using a VPN will encrypt my online activity and keep me and my bank account safe. If only you could keep me safe from these mosquitoes. Oh gosh. I don't know what's happening here. Nord has been supporting this channel for quite a while now, so if you are looking for a VPN to protect you, then I have a unique link. So use my code WILDROSY. Signing up is also completely risk-free because you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So use my link in the description box to sign up and you will get 4 extra months with a 2-year plan. And thanks again to NordVPN for supporting this channel and sponsoring this video. I'm going. You know, after 2 years, I still don't have any decent clothing to wear when I go into town. So I am going to Gothenburg. There's quite a few things that I want to look at. So I've taken my tent so I can stay however long I need to stay, because some of those shops are a bit further outside of town, so they're a bit difficult, or they take some time to get to. You know what? Having a tent is like having ultimate freedom. It's amazing. Like, it doesn't matter where I end up at the end of the day, I'm always going to have a home. Just the most amazing feeling. I mean, I just have to lug it around, but it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I think everybody should get a tent and experience ultimate freedom. So I decided to bring you along, although I'm not quite sure if that was a good idea, because this camera takes up a bit of space and I don't actually like filming in public places. Currently walking to the bus stop. I was going to take a very early train, but then I realised I'd have to get up at like 2 in the morning to catch it. And I decided to arrive in town early afternoon instead. I caught a bus to the train station and got to Gothenburg in the afternoon. I took a train south quite quickly because that's where I planned to visit a few stove shops. This one was really good. It had most of the stoves that I was interested in. I like the smaller ones that have a bit more detailing, and I love these with the scrolls on the side. They are my absolute favourite. After that, I went to an IKEA that was nearby and ate a hot dog, and then I walked into this forest that was right next to it, and I figured it would be a good place to spend the night. This is the area I've ended up in. There's an IKEA about 30 minutes from here. I had a hot dog at IKEA, but I wasn't here for IKEA, I was here for a wood stove shop. Then I walked through some residential area, some fields, and now I'm here. Is that rain? Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I'm going to follow the yellow one. And yes, it is raining. Oh my gosh. I saw one cyclist so far, and that's it. So hopefully it's just a really quiet place where I can set up my tents for the night. It's very cute down here. I just have no idea if this place is frequented, if people come here in the mornings or evenings. I mean, it's raining. Presumably nobody's going to come tonight, but I always try to kind of go off trail when no one can really see me, but I'm not quite sure where all the trails are here. There's a lot of mini trails that seem to be used, but I might just set up my tent somewhere here. I mean, this is a cool place. I'm sort of on top of this mountain. So everything went a little bit sideways. I moved my tent and it's raining so much. So I was on top of this gorgeous mountain and I had all my sushi laid out in front of me, and then I found out that it was going to thunder. And if there's one thing that's scary in a tent, it's thunder. So I took all my things and I ran down the mountain and it was getting dark. And now I am somewhere, I don't know, I'm like right off the path, you can probably see me. But I am anticipating a thunder and it's dark and it's raining, and suddenly bringing my tent doesn't seem like such a good idea anymore. I'm a little bit scared, so I'm gonna watch something on my phone and distract myself, because just hoping it's not gonna be too bad and that it will be over soon. I'm in a slightly different place again. The path is right there. Okay, that was my camping spot down there. Okay, so it thundered a little bit, but not as much as they said it would, so I probably would have been okay on the mountain. Today, going back into town, I have to walk back the way I came to head back. So, another shopping day. I have a bag filled with trash I need to get rid of. Okay, so something happened. Instead of going shopping, I found myself going into these bike shops and trying out several bikes. This Nishiki was so cute. I actually had it put on hold for me because it was the last one and it was on sale. But then I ended up going across the road and trying out this Merida, and I had so much fun racing around these back roads. I also tried this bike from Trek as well. Anyways, I have this idea of doing some bike touring to explore Sweden a little bit more, and I want a normal bike. I love my e-bikes, but I don't want to have to charge the batteries every day, so I've been thinking about getting a bike I can use for some light bicycle touring, and this got me really excited. I didn't buy one in the end. I'll probably wait until next year when I'll actually use it. After that, I went into the center and did quite a bit of browsing. There's this shop called Room for Inspiration in Haga, which has really cute things, and I always wish I could buy everything. They have these cute picture frames and lots of botanical drawings, which I would love to hang on the wall. I also saw this rug, which I actually really like. It might be a really good warm layer in front of the fire. I saw this pretty chair and decided to take the measurements just for reference. At the end of the day, I went up north to find a new place to sleep. Another night. I got here when it was dark. So the trail is over there somewhere. And I found this little spot on top of a rock, which overlooks this. When I got here it was dark and I was setting up my tent in the dark. Yeah, the sun definitely goes down earlier than I was expecting. But I made it. I am now north of Gothenburg because this is where the like hardware stores are. I'm going to Bauhaus. Here we go again. I'm finding my way back to the trail. Looks very different when it's not dark. Good place to camp though. Good hiding spot. It was a bit disconcerting walking into this forest on the edge of a town at night. I would have preferred to have come here a little bit earlier when it was still light and it wasn't very strange for a person with a backpack to walk into the forest as opposed to out of the forest to go home. But it's okay. We made it. Back on trail. Back to the shops. Meow. 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 Every time I go to Bauhaus, it's an adventure. I literally checked every single aisle. I was looking at some of the nicer timber for a small future project, and I really wish I had a Bauhaus closer to my house because they have so many more options than where I get my materials. I'm always looking at the oak, but then pine is just so much more affordable. One day I will make a house out of oak. Anyways, I was in the shop for I think 2.5 hours and I picked up some small items and got some paint. Then I got back on the bus and went back towards the center. Looked at some fittings. They had some nice ones, but nothing that truly caught my attention. So I drank a coffee, checked out the final few shops, and I was on my way back home again. Okay, I am walking home and it's dark. I can't even film. I am exhausted. I think I've been walking for about an hour now and I will be walking for another hour. No, another 2 hours. And my body hurts. I'm looking forward to being in my own bed tonight. Yeah, I just need to keep on walking. So that would be the end of my Gothenburg adventure. Oh, I wish you could see the sky. It's quite amazing, but you can't see a thing. It's too bad. Okay, you can kind of see me now, can you? Everything hurts. This backpack is heavy, I've got paint in there and lots of other things. I've got another bag, which I'm carrying down here, just filled with stuff, so I just need to keep on going. And yeah, this is the only light I've got, and I don't know how long it's going to last. Well, I've got my phone, so that's one thing, but it's dark. Wow, evening comes so much faster suddenly, it's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to walk and I guess I'll see you in the morning. Wish me luck. Okay. I'm exhausted. I wouldn't usually do this, but since I brought you along on my little trip to Gothenburg, I feel like I owe it to you to share some of the things that I actually bought. I think usually on YouTube when people do this thing, they go, "Ooh, look at this antique vase I got," and I'll be like, "Look at my paintbrush." So I don't know how exciting this is going to be. I was going to pretend that I got home yesterday, but really it's the day after. I need a holiday from my holiday. Anywho, I got these things. Oh! You know, going to a city with your camping gear is not a bad idea. Oh! That's for my bicycle. Tiny screws, little felt things you put underneath furniture. A tiny lock for my greenhouse. This isn't very exciting, is it? Oh, this is cute. I got a tiny fork and a tiny spoon, cast iron, and a couple of cast iron nails. I want to see if I can use them in the kitchen. Oh! I got some clothes. It's to keep me warm. It also stinks. It's got little pockets. You know, when you start doing long distance hikes, when you're out on trail for endless amounts of time, when you get close to a trailhead, you can smell day hikers because of the shampoo and detergent. You realize how disgusting these chemical smells are, and this smells like it has all the perfume and shampoo and disgusting smells. I feel like maybe I should dig a hole and bury it for a couple of days. Yeah, some shorts. I did get a disproportionate amount of socks. Socks, paintbrush. This is good. I got this little set to drill in screws at an angle. Paint. And more paint is a beige to match the timber. And the terracotta I also have in the kitchen. Well, this is my tent. And my sleeping bag. So I have this thing where I keep buying curtains because I want to use the fabrics for something else. And it's like the sage green just looks really great in this house. Bolt latch, greenhouse, paintbrush, another paintbrush. I've got nails, shelf carrier, my pads. Wood stoves. Let's check out these wood stoves. Okay, so just to highlight, but this room is going to have built-in seating along the back and the front here with some storage behind, so it's going to come out about 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter, let's say about 1100 mil just to be safe. So that is, oh, that's actually here. Realizing that most of the stoves that I actually liked are the deep narrow ones, which is just not going to work because it just doesn't help the space. And unfortunately the wide flat ones are just really boring. There's one stove that I actually really like, and it's like a Morsha one, however you pronounce it. For some reason Chimney Man is not a fan and tells me that they are old and haven't been updated. When I was in a shop, the guy told me that they all had the latest technology and were absolutely fine to use, otherwise he wouldn't sell them. So if anybody in Sweden has any insight as to why Chimney Man may not like these, and it's not as though he's the person selling them to me or anything. We like, okay, the smallest one, which is cute, is 438, so I'm adding 100 mil clearance. 438, 5. I will stick out till about here. That's not so bad. Is that cute? That's a mini thing. Hello. But then there's a yotto. So there's a flat face yotto which would also fit. The Morsha has scrolls on the side. Have I mentioned that? It has little scrolls. And I really, really like the squirrels. Squirrels are cute. This also means that not only do I need to decide which wood stove to buy, I actually need to do the flooring in here so that I can install the wood stove on the flooring, which is a thing because I don't have the materials. So I need timber. I will probably have to design this entire room so that I can also order the materials for everything else at the same time, so it makes it worth it. And I will have to do that imminently. It also means I need to take everything out of this room, which I don't even know how. How do I do? Okay, I guess, okay, this is life. Okay, we can do this. I was going to make my countertop, but it just started raining, which means I can't do my countertop. I was going to like half sort of finish this, but I have some uprights, I'm going to have some shelves. The shelves, however, I can't put in anyways because the height of them will depend on the banquettes, which will be behind me. And I have a feeling the banquette, even though I have designed it, things are going to alter as I make it. This is disappointing. I want my desk. Where's my desk?
Okay, so this video turned out a little different from what I thought it would be. I was very much planning on finishing this desk, but I didn't quite get there. Doing these walls and staining them is always something that takes up a lot more time than I hope it will, so I'll be continuing this desk project in the coming weeks. I'm also close to starting the banquette seating, which will also function as my bed this winter, so I will see you in the next one.